Listen. Yeah. Yes, Lord. Get that out of there.
Hi, everybody. Oh my gosh. I'm like trying not to sob just turning on this camera right now. Hello. I'm still here. It was a very, very horrible morning. I'm not gonna lie to you. And it broke me a little bit. But we gonna stay here. And we're gonna continue. We're gonna keep on trying. I will explain a lot of what happened at the end of the video because I think it's only fair for those who may be clicking into this who are like, who is this depressing guy? And I'm like, not depressing, but a lot has been happening to where it has just really put me in a position of just being like, okay, what is next? Because when I tell you, it wasn't just over me having issues with my rent that's really affecting me, but I got like so much bad news this morning. Like everything that I had set up over the previous week, all like in my lap. And the unfortunate part was normally my mechanism for handling those situations wasn't working because I thought of something that really took me out. And it was when I realized that I did not refill on my wet food for my kids this morning. And it destroyed me a little bit. So I almost deleted everything and I almost just went ghost and disappeared. And I was planning on doing that. I was very, very much planning on doing it. I'm not even going to lie. I want to thank Bleeker for making that phone call and for leaving me 7 to 5 voicemails because I was about to just let everything go. I'm going to be real with you. And for Darnell for texting me too. Those were the two that I had heard from. My other close friends that I have don't really know because they're not on my social media with Matty-Rants like that. So that conversation I'll have to have with them later about everything that's going on. But like, I've just been working really hard and it doesn't feel like it. And that's one of the biggest issues. Feels like I've been putting my soul into everything I've been doing lately and it's not being reciprocated. And it really makes me question the work I've been putting in and the time I've been putting into this, as well as everything that I have really worked my butt off for. And so a lot of feelings were had. A lot were had. And to get another job offer that I can't take because it's over 3 hours away is really heartbreaking because they don't even have anything remote. And I did get a job, but it's 3 hours away and I can't do it. To then get another denial from a job that was literally down the street on top of other things. So it just, I'm trying. If that makes any sense. I'm trying. And so when I have these little people come in here every now and then and be like, you ain't, it's like, oh, but I am. And I'm trying really hard. And so if you are also, no, I got a job, but the job was too far away and it wasn't remote like they said it was going to be. They told me I had to work there like 6 months before that could even happen when I already went through the interview process. See, I'm getting anxious again about it. When I like legit already did everything with them to then tell me, oh no, we didn't tell you that and da 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 da. And you don't have a car? No, I don't have a car. That was the whole point of me doing this work from home. It was a part of my morning, to say the least. So it just was a little it was one of my heartbreaking moments, but it was also when I forgot about my cats, and that made me sad. That was my breaking point. On top of everything, we'll get into deep because I want to make this video about that. We're talking about King of Drag, and to be honest, this episode was needed and necessary. I love this show so very much. I will be promoting the fuck out this show. I don't care. Percocets, I relate to on so many levels. It's not even funny, as well as a lot of the other people in the cast. And I did need to watch this today because if you saw my reaction video, it started off a little sad, but as the episode progressed, I started to feel a little bit better. That is why I think television is so magical, and that's like why I love reviewing shows. That's why I really love reviewing shows. So many things can make you feel so much better after you just watch something, and it just like puts things into perspective. You can see yourself through people sometimes, and you're like, oh my God, that's me right there. And that is why I put so much into this channel and I work so hard at what I do, is because I like to be the voice in between the program and the people watching and put it all together. But yeah. Shout out to Archie. Archie, like, let's just call it new friend, whoop-de-woo, woody-woo. I've also been, I watch your content too. I always make sure I listen to the back. I'm never like in the chat like that, but I always go, ting. You should ask Valerie. I do the same thing. I may not leave you a comment, but I'm the first because I know what those likes do. Dope. And I do watch, so continue on and body goals, okay? But I appreciate the tippy poo you sent me earlier today. Concept to content creator. I know you get it, so that meant a lot to me, especially when I do speak to my fellow content creators. I already know this is girls. Oh, just turn on your camera. No, but it's a little bit more. It's a little bit more than that. Especially because with Patreon recently, remember I told you how they changed the dates on Chris and then they held my money? Oh, they changed the dates yesterday. Yeah, so my money was held up until this afternoon, maybe 2 hours ago. I kid you not. I kid you not. I kid you not. I sat there and was like, this is not real. Like my whole day was wild, bro, but it is what it is. I'll talk about it a little bit more at the end of this, just to give you an idea of what happened and how I'm okay. But I am okay. I'm fine right now. I've been talked off the ledge. We're going to do this day by day. I have written down everything I need to do and that I want to do and that I have to do. And so we're going to go about it that way is what we're going to do. Do you know what I mean? That's what we're going to have to do. You know what, Ryla? We should have a voice hangout section on Discord as well. And I do agree with you on that one, that is something we should do. But yeah, I'm unfortunately a person that does put a lot on themselves, and I am my biggest critic, even with people who, there's a whole Reddit thread about me, for fuck's sake. That's not true. It's all mean, whatever. But like, they can't say anything meaner than I can. Like, I'm going to be the most evil person on the planet to myself. You know what I'm saying? And so, unfortunately, I allowed the biggest enemy ever, me, to take over. And he was in control of the majority of my day. So that is the Gemini moon in me. So right now, the Libra has taken back over. And I feel my Virgo rising is also standing its ground and holding off the my chaotic twins. And so we'll get into it. But yeah, it just was a lot to take in. It was a lot to take in today. Just the rejections, the no's, the this, and everything just piled on top. I just could not breathe. So, but I'm here, and we're here to talk about King of Drag, and we'll get into it today. So, yes. All my links are available in the About section. You know, anything that anybody sends now, while definitely towards rent, is also going to go towards this light bill that literally is due Tuesday. And if I don't pay it Tuesday, that's off. Everything else I've kind of consolidated into things that I can fix and figure out and finish. And once that gets done, it'll be done. But those are my two big hurdles, is the rent and the lights right now. Because you're going to gag, paid the cable and internet. I had no choice. I had no choice. I had to pay it. But I actually ended up paying it earlier than I was supposed to. And so they're like, hey, you got a credit for this month. I said, well, bet. That was the one positive thing I could take from today. I was like, oh, okay, work. So I don't got to worry about July. Sorry, I'm texting. And another one of my friends was checking on me because they saw my messages, was like, Matthew. I'm like, I know. The sad Matt came out. So yeah. Find all my Find all my links in the About section of the YouTube channel under the Linktree link. Reactions available on Patreon for as low as $1. Merch available at dragqueenmerch.com. An affiliate partner with Paramount Plus. I have a P.O. box that I have to pay for. Because I actually almost canceled the P.O. box today, but they told me I was supposed to have told them last month. I was like, oh, I didn't know this. So the P.O. box will be paid for again for another 3 months. So if you want to drop me some in that P.O. box, I thank you. And yeah. Yes. One more time. Hold on. There's too much happening. Sorry. I was like, I needed to do a voice message while I was tired of typing. What did I do? Oh, you know what? I don't need to put up a disclaimer today. Not to shade King of Drag. I don't really need to put up a disclaimer. There's no one who is hateable on the show. A little annoying, maybe. They found like can be a little annoying at times because I'm like, okay, I see you want to be the main peen in charge. But like, I don't have anything negative to say about anybody. I don't have anything that's going to be like out of control as far as like a drag. You know what I mean? Like, they're all lovely people. And it doesn't feel like I'm watching a show that's overproduced. It doesn't feel like I'm watching a show where someone went in there going, I got to be nice. You know what I mean? Like, everyone is their own personality. And I'm not receiving any sort of faux phoniness. Nothing from anybody that I'm watching so far. We may be getting them, their personalities based off of what they feel they should give on television, if anything, but they're not. It doesn't feel convoluted and bullshitty. I hate that I said it like that, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. I got some super chats here. God bless. Crash. Thank you. Rant Pack. Merc Nation. What? Wait, what? Wait, wow. We up today. Child, listen. I was debating on going live tomorrow so we could talk about hot topics because the Diddy stuff, as I was going through everything I was going through, and I was reading some of the stuff I was reading, and I was watching some other content creators celebrating somebody not being, held accountable for their actions and being baby oiled for it. I was like, do I need to go live about that tomorrow and then choose to use my rage there? Because I may be sad, but what I tell you, I have a pocket full of fuck yous for some people in the corner. Nikisha, thank you, baby. I'm sorry, I just remember that old comment over here of an old hater. I still don't know how to read. That was a funny day. That was honestly one of the funniest days we've ever honestly had on this channel. That shit was hilarious. And I thank them because they were like, don't tip them. And then y'all sent $300+ in super chats alone that day. And that was wild to take in. Crash, I want to thank you so much for this tippy poo you put on my Cash App over here today for you stop me from doing that once too. I'd give you a big hug right now, friend, if I could. Just know I am spiritually. Spiritually. Yes. I'm giving you a big old hug. Sorry, I got a little emotional right there because I know what that meant. So I love you, Crash. Thank you, baby. And shout out to Trick as well. Trick is somebody who has been they've done some card readings on me before, and a lot of what was read came true. a lot of it did. Both positive and the stuff that I was warned about. And that's somebody who I also want to thank so much. He sent some things as well. And also just there are some of you who I've known for a long time from me doing this. And I am truly grateful and thankful for y'all. So no matter whatever happens and whatever comes my way and whatever the case may be and anything like that, just remember and tell yourselves like you really did play a huge portion in part in my life, and I thank you. So, and Makisha, again, oh my gosh, again, I forgot what to say. So this is just y'all are stupid. Thank you for the laugh. So thank you for the laughs. Thank you for that. No, I thank you. Y'all are doing me every bit of favors by making me giggle right now. And Ryla, I saw your voicemails. I'm gonna listen to them. I saw it and I sobbed when I saw that you left me a voicemail. I have to listen to them, so don't delete them. I was gonna do it after this video. I just couldn't listen to it at the time because I was in a really like gross headspace and I wanted to be able to take what you had to say. Like I was on the phone with Bleeker when you were messaging me when that was happening. You know what I'm saying? Like of all of that kind of stuff. And like Ashlyn, thank you, baby. I see my Venmo. But like I needed to be able to listen to what you had to say, and I am, and I'm gonna receive all of it. I promise you. Just after this video, I gotta listen to it. But I saw, and there were some other people who left some things too, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to wait because if I listen to these now, I'm never gonna be able to get on this video. I'm never gonna be able to do this live today. I will be a wreck. So Dooley does it. Shout out to Dooley. Somebody asked me if I hated Dooley, and I was gagged. I was like, what? Why would you ask me that question? And they were like, well, when y'all are on the panel, he always picking at you, and then you're always going off on him. And I'm like, do you have brothers and sisters? No. I said, oh, okay. That's all I needed to hear. No shade. I was like, oh, you don't have brothers and sisters. So you don't know Dooley is basically my annoying little brother because I'm older than him. Annoying ass little brother who know more than me, think he know better than me, da 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 do 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 da 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 da. So we have days where I get frustrated and I'm gonna be like, friend, but at the end of the day, that's my brother. Because when we get off the camera and Dooley will tell you, okay. Like we be talking about food. He's the one that be telling me, Matt, don't order food today. Get your home outlay friend, encouraging me to get in my kitchen and cook for myself, as well as what we're doing. He even, Matt, I'm writing this book. Let me tell you this part right now. Blah, la, 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 la. You know what I mean? So like, don't. If you see me ever get a little tiffy tap with Duel, that's because that is what brothers are doing. And it's because I'm frustrated at that little moment. But watch what happens. 10 minutes later, Dooley says something, I'm cracking up. Because that's family. That's family. I hate that I'm saying it like that. Family. I've ate this baby's food. He didn't poison me. We good. I love you, Dooley. You know I do. And you know I'm a hard-headed motherfucker. So like, That part. That's why sometimes Julie has to let me go and just be like, all right, I'm gonna let Matt do his thing. And we're gonna come back to that later. And then we talk about it like we always do. And that's what I do with my own friend groups. If there's something going on, you just go, we're gonna pause that. We're gonna bring it up later. We're not gonna drag her, but we're just gonna bring that up later. And then we're gonna double check to make sure it's not something more than what it needs to be. So there you go. Yeah, like y'all, some people have lived very cushiony lives, and that's fine. Not I said the pussycat. Meow meow meow. One of my favorite things to say. Not I said the pussycat. All right, if you did want to drop a little love in my jar, because it definitely goes a long, long way while I look for a JOBA on top of this JOBA that I got going on. Hip hooray. PayPal.me for /MattyRants, Cash App $ Matt924, and Venmo Matty-Rants. I need to probably take one of those eddies after this video so I can calm down, because I can feel my blood pumping and my heart thumping currently. That's what kind of day I've had. But for King of Drag, let's get to it today. Love you, Ryla. Thank you, baby. And everybody else that checked up on me. Let's get to this show. I want to talk about it right now. Where is I need the visual. Give me the visual. I'll do it faster than B did. If you are not supporting this show, I'm going to encourage. I'm not going to drag you. I'm just going to encourage you. Crash. I still can't read. Oh, well. You and Keisha are going to kill me today. Seriously, y'all need to stop. Right, Archie, because I ain't got no grass in my pocket right now. So I do have some of the eddies left over from Pride. I'm like, at least I can pop one of them real quick and just calm myself down real quick, because my nerves is bad. Okay, here's the thing. Let me get myself in the zone. Y'all know how I am. Okay. You talk all this good-ish about Drag Race, and it's a key. And it's a CAC. And some of you actually paid Elon Musk $14.99 so you can get your little $100 checks every month. I get it. Trust me. I know what it looks like. The threshold on YouTube, too, was $100. All tea. But, like, I don't see enough noise for this show, and it pisses me off a tad bit. You have been asking for drag kings to be on this show. And it's not just simply the lesbians and drag tees. No, there are literally like full binary women who are cisgendered straight women who are doing drag, okay, and as well as those who are non-binary, as well as those who are lesbians. You know, lesbians always get a good song from me. You know what I'm saying? And so all of that jazz, all of that tea, the tap, the toot, the tittle, and the tot, you do all of that online. Where is this backing for this show? Now, your complaints about it being a little hokey pokey, understandable, because I guess when you're so used to something, you're going to be like, well, I want it to be bigger and better. I get that too. Baby, I never even heard of this app until this show. Never, not once heard of a global gay app, because that's how they advertise, until this show. Guess what, Revry? You're now in my saved icons on my computer to where I have to go back. I have the Sherry Vine roast with Thorgy Thor and somebody else. I forget who was up there, but like I have that on my save list of, I need to watch that later because there are some funny ass comedians that I know that are a part of that. On top of some other shows I've noticed, so I was like, this looks interesting. They also have the balls on here. I wasn't aware of that. I was like, so instead of, I can't get Legendary no more, but I can watch Ballroom in real time, live on this bitch. And then the edited versions, because they have the Halloween ball up right now. I said, So just like how I felt about WoW, and it's like, we need this kind of network for this, that, and the other, Revry's got a place too. Especially because the fact they had that ballroom in there, baby. I said, I was like, I won't be leaving you. I won't be leaving you. If you want to get the real deal, what the 5 elements are, and to see some real ballroom, not drag race, shablam, shabloop, shadips, but actual ballroom. I'm gonna tell you to go to Revry and go ahead and watch that Halloween ball, because that was a cack. I was like, oh my gosh, like, and I remember watching clips online, had no idea, had not one clue. Makisha, thank you, baby. Dreaming about being on the panel one day. Oh my gosh. Isn't it crazy? The panel's gone for longer than 2 years. I think we're at like 3, 4. Are we at 4 now? I've been doing that for how many years? Ooh, you never know. You never know. Because I already said there's going to be panels where I bring up Rant Pack members. So, like, and don't forget, Gabby was in this audience as a person who was in the chats all the time with the greatest jokes. I took a risk one day and was like, let me get Gabby up here. And then that's one of my babies. I will fight you over Gabby. Do you understand me? I will rock you over that one. Okay, because that's a special kind right there. And she also from my family homestead. Oh, please. I will get you for Gab. So yeah, it's a possibility. You never know. Be in the chat, input, say your own things too, because that's how Gabby got in there. Gabby's jokes were readable through the chats. Like, I would read it and be hollering. And it also translated to microphone, and then bam, look at Gabby now on TikTok, pow, millions of views and all that, and then some. And it's really good. I ain't had nothing to do with that. That was all Gabby. Thank you. Shayla, my Shayla. Every time I see that, I think of my Shayla. My Shayla, like that. I wish I could give you more because I feel that you deserve it. Times are hard right now. Yes, baby. And it feels like only the evil people are winning. Be lying. Just keep your head up. That's what we're gonna do. We got hope, and hope is gonna carry my ass. Do you understand me? It did for somebody for 8 years. Oh. We appreciate you. Thank you, baby. Just saying. Some man ran a whole campaign on hope. It was in office for 8. I'm going to run on hope. This is what we're gonna do. So, the King of Drag. I'm going to break this down. It's not going to be too bad of an episode today, about an hour, if you will. We're already about 30 minutes up into this. Not a lot to explain here. They didn't do Snatch Game, but they did Snatch Game. Hey, you hear? Yeah, they didn't do Snatch Game, but they did their own kind of Snatch Game, because it wasn't Snatch Game, but it was celebrity impersonations while also doing a talent show. But in reality, it was more of a comedy challenge based off of improv. That also applied to the mini challenge, which I didn't know was the weenie challenges. I was like, oh, that's so funny. The mini challenges are the weenies. The meaty challenge is the main challenge. And then they have the final thrust as the last. I love it. And then it was the Dong Show. Right, based off the Gong Show, but it's the Dong Show. But it's giving Snatch Game for those of us who know Drag Race, but this isn't Drag Race, this is King of Drag. So is that what we're going to get instead of like a Snatch Game situation? We're going to do like the Gong Show and do the Dong Show? Because I'm okay with that too. I'm quite well with it. I'm quite okay with them doing that, because it's like, you had them work low key. And then the final thrust, oh, that would have been a gag. You have to do a 60-second stand-up routine. Oh, that is nasty work. I was like, oh my God, I like this. This is challenging. This is interesting. Ew. I was kind of living. That's why I like this show. And I'm glad. And again, shout out to Bleecker, because Bleeker's the one that was like, Matt, you got to watch it. I'm telling you, you're going to like it, because you've been looking for it. You love drag, but you have fallen to where it's a little bit like, oh, I'm tired of seeing the same thing. They deserve all the money they're going to get. Whatever happens from this show, I hope they get all the backing from it and the funding for it, and they don't lose the spirit, because you know that's what happened with another. Anywho, actually with both of them. But like, after Tuna Melt's elimination, and yes, I was one of those people that was sad to see Tuna Melt leave. You know, there's a lot of perspective in the room. Henlo feeling that it could have been them, you know, as well as, you know, hey, we're here. And honestly, this is just their entrance looks, right? Okay. To be fair, and I was also here for this, I'm kind of getting the idea that we won't be seeing them come in through one outfit, two outfit, three outfit, unless it's specifically you know, like a meaty challenge where they have to show multiple looks. So I was like, okay. But King Molasses is the front runner, especially after this week. Can you believe that? I was like, do you know, I was so nervous for my Molasses, who I am low-key in a secret relationship with in my mind, in the back pocket universe of some sort of dimension and reality that exists possibly on a Rick and Morty level scale of Earth 6-1, maybe Marvel movie. Nope, not that, because that franchise is going downhill. We'll keep the Mortis of the Ricks. Because King Molasses is fine. Like just in general, fine. Fine, okay? Wear me out. Strap it on. Play, go in. Fine. But also super talented, so it's really cool. But also, everybody else in the room, it brings something too. That's why I like the show. Because I'm also thinking Molasses is fine, but talented. But I also live for King, excuse me. I live for Percocets. I live for Percocets. I think Percocets, while is so relatable, and it's so funny, honestly, just being themselves. Everything about them is just like, I just want to give that baby a hug. I also love Charles. Did get on my nerves a little bit, but I'm starting to, once we got to know them a little bit better this week, I was like, okay, I like me a little bit more Dick. We're going to talk about the person who went home, because I was kind of sad, but I was also happy because my other baby didn't go home. I was like, Jesus, Henlo is great energy, and I am concerned a little for them too after the talent show, because I was like, that's really awesome that you could do that, but sometimes I feel like everyone's a little cerebral in this room. There we go. I think there's a lot of this. Everybody is a big brain in here. They may act like they are not, but everybody, I feel, is an overthinker that is in this competition at some point in time. Wild card. Perka might be my favorite autistic representation I've ever seen on one of these shows, coming from an autistic person. It's there, you know, because I'll explain this to my friend who told me I need to go and get diagnosed for bipolar, which I think is something I need to. It's been mentioned before in my evaluation, because I do have PTSD and anxiety, as well as ADHD like a motherfucker. But like, that's something that was like, we needed to further investigate on that one. It's like, yeah, especially after today. Especially after today. Today was, I literally lost my mind a little bit. But I appreciated Wild Card because Parka's living very authentically from what we can see based off the show, but it's also how they're communicating about their autism and their neurodivergency. And I'm just over here like I'm receiving it, not going, oh, there's a lot going on. Like, not saying that. It's more me going, oh, wow, I want to hear more. Well, if you want to. See, versus being like, tell us now. It's more, well, when they're ready to, oh, I want to hear more about this. This is interesting. Because it's from their perspective. It feels like they have it all. And also, another thing too. I forgot that Jaleel White did the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog, specifically for the cartoon, the whole chili dog reference. I forgot about that. I remember that when I was younger, but I forgot about it as an adult. So when Perka brought that up, I was like, oh, it was like a memory unlock. I was like, oh my God, that's right. They did do the voice. Oh my goodness, why are we not giving this time? And Bridget Everett, you not that old, bitch. Sorry for saying that, because I love Somebody Somewhere. It's one of my favorite shows to ever exist. It's a great show. I love that this episode was very heavy on the judges being from the show. But like, you not that old. You not that old, sister. You are not that. I could not believe she said, I said, now I know you have had listen, I don't know what in the clon finished. you have had a genesis. You have seen that little hedgehog somewhere before. I was like, come on, come on. The nerd in me was upset. Couldn't believe it. Even the gotta go fast I loved. I was like, oh my God, he said it gotta go fast. Okay. Oh my God. Wild card. That was me because I was like, wait, oh, that's right. I was like, that's right. Boom, 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 boom. All my brain was, all the neurons were firing off. Like, very much that. Chris, Marie, hey, baby. Come on, face. Sorry, you're gorgeous. I just came from Patreon sending all the love to one of my favorite. Oh, Chris. Big hug. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that for those of you who saw the Patreon video, that was like that was me after the several emails that I got and all the other stuff prior to me realizing, oh shit, I didn't get wet food for the cats today, and I really need to go to the grocery store and go get them some wet food because they have dry food, but the babies, the wet's important, you know, especially for Mamu. And so I just felt like a whole asshole today. I really did. I felt like the worst because I was so stuck on thinking about everything else. I forgot about the two most important babies of my life, and it really pissed me off today. We'll get there. Back. Oh, stay in line. Okay, so we go over pronouns out of drag. Lots of she's, lots of theys, the non-binary conversation happening. Some do not care specifically about how they're addressed, this, that, and the other. But I did love the fact that they went one by one. What are, each other's pronouns, is that the other, what do they feel comfortable with, and also their backgrounds and where they come from, because everybody who is in drag is not necessarily in the same bubble that the media wants you to think, or possibly what is a stereotype behind it. Everyone has different lives and different ways to of who they are and what gives them life and so much and so forth. Like, that's why I love drag. Like, when I got into piece of cake drag, which again, every time I watch these shows, I get more inspired to stop getting in my head about Full Throttle drag, you know what I mean? And just go for it as a daily thing. Because bitch, I chew. You know what I mean? I chew when I'm in geesh. I chew and I love it. I feel so powerful. And so I understand anybody in drag that says it is putting on a costume and feeling like your authentic self, or possibly an armor's been put on you, baby. I got into my geesh. Honey, you couldn't tell me nothing. You couldn't tell me shh. You could not. I know I was puss. I know I pulled. Hell, I was even being catcalled. Yeah. Oh, where's my Nidra? I need to call me. I need to talk to Nidra. When we were coming back to the Airbnb, that man was trying to holler for $1. I was like, now wait a minute. Shit. But they were speaking specifically out of drag, what the pronouns were, this, that, and the other. And I thought that was really cool. It was also interesting to find out more about each individual person through this episode, because the first episode, no shade, they didn't really do it like that. It was kind of like an amuse-bouche. Yeah, I'm gonna keep. Yes, as far as what's happening, what's going on, and sort of giving you an idea what the show is going to be. But this one, I felt like we got to know a little bit more about a lot of people. You know what I mean? Crash. Big D is a whole concerned local news white mom. Big D is your full-on. I like Big D a lot. Now, I don't think they should have been the top this week, but I do like Big D. I think she's brilliant, to be honest with you. Very intelligent and so funny. And, there's something about the conversation they were having about their body dysmorphia, and also them trying to figure out the gender dysmorphia too, that they were having about whether they should be transitioning or not, and who they. It's very deep to have those conversations. But there was also when we got to come on, Matt, my baby. What's my baby's name? Come on, baby. Come on. What's my baby's name? The good energy. What's my good energy? Good energy. Pressure K. There we go. I'm every time I think of pressure, I'm who's my good energy? Pressure. Boom. Pressure K. And they were talking about them having facial hair, and how whenever they were, okay, I got a D. Whenever they were come on, words, brain, fire and cylinders. Growing up and how they were treated, they're like, well, you're a woman, you should have your face shave, all that facial hair on there. But they actually found out they have a condition where that is literally how that's going to be, and to embrace that facial hair, and they found through their partner and stuff like that. And I'm just like, oh, it's these kind of moments that we need to hear these stories where somebody could literally, PCOS, thank you, Sarah, literally could be watching this program who is going through the exact same thing and has the wrong people around them that are making them feel a certain kind of way. And then you hear this baby talk about it with all this good energy, who is just nothing but the bundle of good stuff. It's just heavy. I also felt like for Dick Von Dyke, we got a little bit into not necessarily a insecurity, but I felt like I got a more humanistic side of them this episode. No shade, Dick. You were giving me I want to be the big dog the first episode. This episode, I don't know if we're going to have you as like a Susan Lucci type where it's like you're almost winning, but you're not. But I did find a little bit of vulnerability in you this episode, and it was appreciative because I was like, I don't know about this one. I kept saying that, like, I don't know. They giving me like I'm supposed to be that girl, but excuse me, be that dude. Oof. Come on, Matt, not Drag Race, not be that girl, be that dude, right? But instead, I was like, okay, I'm starting to see a little something here. I'm getting it. Like, you are going to voice your frustrations, and I'm glad you are, because if you're not, then I'm going to be annoyed, because then we're not going to be getting no real. We need the real. So I do like them. But yeah, I enjoy getting to know most of them this episode compared to the first one, and that was really helpful. Chris, thank you for the super sticker. I appreciate it. Super stickers. Slap it on my butt. I needed this laugh. I needed all these laughs today. Sorry, we already highlighted that. Double checking, make sure I didn't forget any baby ills. Nope, we're good to go. Thank you all so much for tuning in today, for being a part of this conversation, and for talking about King of Drag with me. Please hit the like button, share, and subscribe to this channel and become part of this Rant Pack family. And leave a comment in the comment section, because I want to hear your thoughts on the show, who you're rooting for, and maybe what you want to see coming out of this, what more you want to see coming out of it too. If you want to drop a little tippy poo in my jar, it is extremely helpful right now, especially my current situation. PayPal.me/MattyRants, Cash App $Matt924, or Matty-Rants, or MattyRants, and Venmo Matty-Rants. I actually got the Cash App fixed for MattyRants, so I can put both of them up. But in case you're like, Matt, I have the MattyRants up, it's up. It's good now. I fixed it. I fixed it. That was low key what I was doing yesterday. It was a part of what I was doing yesterday, was double checking that one. I was like, yeah, we know lots going on there. Oh, and for those of you who know, remember I told you that guy who I lent money to? This is another reason why I had to break it down today. The friend that I was a former friend that stole money from me, and then stole some of my personal information to then steal more money from me, and I had to get a new bank account. I went to the bank. Everything's being taken care of, and they're aware of everything else that's happening here. So that is at least one stress that is gone. I'm still waiting on the card to arrive in the mail, as well as like some paperwork that I gotta like go through and shit like that. Plus, I need to get a follow back from the police report that I did. So yeah, but I've at least followed through with that. Again, this has been this is Wednesday. This is the first week of July. I haven't been enjoying it. Crash fingers, slip moves. Thank you. Come on, FDIC member, listen. I used to work at a bank, so that was like, why would you do this to me of all people? Like, I know how to trace this shit. Are you crazy? Okay. But yeah, everything's like the guy told me, don't say too much. Everything's on the right track. I've done all my due diligence on it. I will continue to press charges if I need to, and follow through, especially if someone tries to like cop anything. My lawyer was like, no. That man could have ruined your life even more than they were trying to. We taking them out. I'm like, you damn Skippy. So yeah. So we are fixing that and taking care of it, but it's gotten me wanting to open up another savings account, as well as something I can put, I think a CD or something I can start putting money and investing in that'll accrue over time in case something like this happens again, because it did kind of mess up my accounts bad. Why am I saying it kind of? It did. Like it very much did. All right, moving forward. Murray comes in the room. Shoes are actually cute. Go ahead, shoes. And Murray tells them what their mini challenge is going to be, which is one of my favorite things to do in the entire universe because I love theater. Now, Broadway is another thing because I'm not here for the singing and acting bit, even though I can appreciate it. But I love acting and I love improv. I love comedy. Love comedy. Big fan of improv. I think I'm pretty good at improv myself. I love how these are all these different expressions here. Like Charles is over here like, you know, I almost said a whole nother name. Pressure over here talking about E. I'm D. I'm Big D in this body. That is who I am. Sorry, I've been crying a lot today and a snot bubble just, I literally felt it blow. So let me not. Excuse me. Let me not. Oh my gosh. Tissue? Please, tissue. Oh my God. I was like, please don't let that have popped up on camera because I could feel the bubble literally like, please, God. Oh my God. Okay. But no, I'm Big D in this picture. We're doing improv. I live for Big D. Big D doesn't even know. Do they know how funny they are just not even saying anything? Their facial expressions are hilarious. The way they react to stuff, so good. Like just little things. And the way that just this whole night. I fucking love it. But their mini challenges are called weenie challenges, and I love it. It's so funny. Jeff Hiller, who I know from Somebody Somewhere, the show on HBO Max that I've been talking about since Murray, which I was gagged when Bridget popped in. I was like, nah, not Bridget's there too. Shut the fuck up. This is like pretty much half the cast. This is crazy. Jeff has worked with Ryan Murphy, and I don't remember what it was because they mentioned like serial killer, and I was like, what was the thing that he was on? Because I stopped watching Ryan stuff, you know, for my mental health. Jay Patel. I have to read that out loud. I'm just catching up, but you better be nice to my friend Matthew, Maddie. That was deep. I don't know if y'all read that the way I read it. That was deep. Mm. 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 That was heavy. Whew. Let me hold that in here real quick. That was heavy. Yeah. Oh, I did. Jay Patel. Oh, I got the woo. And I like could picture the two pieces of me, Matty-Rants and then Matthew, literally having this conversation. Yeah. God, can I go into a dream world right now and do this or like something very Black Panther-ish where I'm like, you know, all the stars and SZA back there singing in cursive and crap. You know, Ryan Coogler can direct it, so at least I know it's gonna be good. But yeah, low-key need that. I know. Because Matthew and Maddie are two different people. Well, they're the same in a lot of ways, but also completely different people in other regards. Because Maddie has way more confidence than Matthew does. Way more. Yeah. A lot more. um, but no, I thought this was really cool that they're here for this mini challenge of improbable proportions. I do feel a ways though, because some of these topics I was like, now they got Amelia Earhart. Okay. Well, yes, you will forever call me Matt. Well, there are only a couple of you who can call me Matt. There's only a couple of you that can say that, can do that, who know me, can say that, because that's the one who know me. Like DW can call me Matthew. Because I was with DW this weekend, Darnell this weekend. As a matter of fact, Darnell dropped me off at my sister's house. Shout out to them. You know, did you see her, Darnell, when he was leaving? Because you bounced out real quick when that happened. Anywho, that was her house. I thought that was her mom. No, that's her house. That's her and her fiance's house. That was my first time there too, friend. I forgot she moved. I thought they lived. I thought they lived over by Minute Maid still. No, that was their new house. I was like, oh. I was like, oh my god. I was very confused. She was looking as fabulous as last time. That's right, because you did go with us to the movies for the Renaissance movie. And that's when I told her who you were. She was like, didn't you go with us in the movie? I was like, yeah. She remembers you. Yeah, but that was her house. Shout out to my sister. Because we hadn't like hung out in a little bit. So our Renaissance, our Cowboy Carter moment, that was brother sister time for the majority of it. So yes. And me spending time with her fiance, because I like him. He's cool. I'm a fan of his, and I normally do not like people that my sister dates or is in a relationship with or has children with. So like, yeah, I was like, no, he cool. We don't get that often. So like, back to the show though. Alexander the Great. Okay, boom. Henlo Bullfrog. Okay, and Buck Wild. Thank you, man. Did you see my brain? Oh my god! Did you see what my brain was doing? Wow. You could like see the steam moving, like chugga 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 chugga. Like he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. He gonna remember. He gonna remember. Got a lot of my brain right now. So Alexander the Great, Henlo Bullfrog, and Buck Wild went first. They were the best. They kept it flowing. Alexander, I have to do this. I have to do it. I'm sorry. Alex, this is no shade. I love you down. Please hear me out when I do this, okay? And I'm like, please live your authentic queer self. Please do. And I like me. Alexander's very cool, and I actually do love their drag, and I'm here for their talent. But there are times when they are talking sometimes where I'm like, baby, if that eyebrow go any higher, okay? If that eyebrow goes any higher, it will literally be a whole sunroof for somebody's car. Like, my God, it is up. That it be roll, turn. It reminds me of Diabetes a little bit. You know how when Dia gets really excited or she gets into her shit and she starts to get that hand going and that neck starts to move a little tad bit and she wants to start feeling her shit. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just so funny that I've seen Alex when they're like chill and they're talking and it's not like as on. And then there are other times when I'm like seeing Alex move and I'm like, oh, I was just feeling it, girl. I was just feeling it. I was just feeling it. So like that's what I'm referring to with that eyebrow and the body movements and heads, and even the way they respond sometimes. I'm like, oh, when Alexander is feeling it, it is on. It is up. And we're gonna get all of that. But when they're like thinking in the process of, you can catch them sometimes being just a little bit more. But either way, I just thought it was really funny. Come on, hashtag sister support. I do like Alexandra, but I just find them funny when they get into this little I'm a roll. All of that. Now, I would have let them win Big D's group with King Molasses and Charles. Baby, say that, mate. Charles Galen King. Boom. Why am I only saying Charles? Like Charles Lee Ray. My bad. My bad, Charles. But Charles and Molasses over here giving trade teas. No, I'm kidding. Oops, he's not using that right. But I love how they're in the back like this. I'm sorry. And the way that Big D was through the whole improv part, y'all, the way that yes, word, please, who, something, ah. They had religion. What was the well? No, their team name was religion. But what is the secret to eternal life? We're doing improv where only one person can say one word and we must connect it together. Oh my god, that I would have overthought this one. As much as I love improv, this is the eternal life. That Christian in me would have came out. Ooh, ooh, ooh. These people atheists and stuff. They're like, when he was on the cross. That's gonna be me. When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no. We did the whole song. Oh. You mean King Molasses, DW, because that's when they did do two words by accident every now and then, and like because that also they're a good speaker. To also feel that's how Molasses gets things out. It's the way they convey themselves, so it's hard to be like one word answer. Sometimes they like to explain themselves, right? Now, Parker Sex, Pressure K, and Dick Von Dyke were in the other group, which. Yes, Dick Van Dyke. In your confessionals, it was giving, if I had a different group, we would have won this. I was like, yeah, Dick's going to be necessary. Because they're nice, but they're also like, well, I wanted to win. And if I can see myself winning, it probably would be with a different group. I'm sorry. You want them to explain the Higgs boson particle theory? In improv? Okay, well, how would we start this off? What's the first word? Testicles. And it's not like pressure was helping because like all of a sudden testicles Dick's like exclusively trying to make a different word to change up where they're going, but here come pressure. Soft. Like you're focused on the testing. I laughed when I heard testicles. I didn't move and go, oh no, I giggled because y'all know I love to say penis. I love saying that word, penis. It's so funny to say, penis. You don't never say penis. Pain. You gotta say it with a little huh? Like one of those in the penis is such a funny word. What's even funnier than that, but also gross, is kiak. That's such a funny word. Oh my god, horrible, horrible word. Terrible word. Never want to hear that in the bedroom. Would not be turned on. But baby, something about hearing it that kind of way. Kiak. Oh, it's so funny. But penis. That one I can. I'm gonna say that. Vagina. Do all that kind of good stuff. But yeah. Oh, I gotta hit back Ange. Shout out to my girl Ange. Y'all don't know. The chop block from back in the Gap that I miss so very much. Still hold Ange and Alexis are still close friends of mine. So Ange was like, I saw your post. I got a lot of people I need to respond to after this. Let them know I am okay and I have removed myself from the edge of the mountain. And we're gonna try again. But I was for sure, and I told myself, I promised myself that I wouldn't, I wouldn't be silent in those approaches. So that way, if someone can pull me back, I will take it. At least that's what my mama told me to do. Whenever I get into the moment, she's like, at least don't be quiet about it. So that way people know what's going on, and that way they can help Matthew. I know. But sometimes I just want to be really quiet and just get in a little hole and then put a little soil on top of me and be like, no one can see me. For sure. The winner of the challenge, I mean, we could see it, was Alexander, Henlo, and Buck Wild. They were clean with theirs. It was a nice walkthrough for the Amelia Earhart. Wasn't too bad. Buck Wild may have been a little off sometimes, but it wasn't anything crazy. It was actually very well done. They got $100 gift card for some company that I don't remember but they got $100. Beach? Yeah, that was me. Yeah. 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 Very that. Go off, work. I thought it was cool. Get them some money. It's not like that one drag race franchise where when they win, they don't win, mini challenges. They don't get anything. Speaking of which, I remember next week is the start of All Stars France and I think Brazil. Project Runway at the end of the month too. Plus Big Brother starting as well. I mean, I'm like, Matthew, we got work to do. We got work to find and we got work to do. So like that's so stupid. Ugh. One should have came out the day before the other. I don't know why they did that. That was dumb. That was real stupid. No, Tuesday is the 8th. That's the day I need to pay the power bill or it'll be disconnected. I know that. The 10th is Thursday and the 11th is Friday, if I'm correct, based on the loan I have to pay back that I pulled out this morning. Yes, so I do want to cover Project Runway, especially because my 7-Day Adventist sister Utica is on there. I definitely want to try Brazil again because I didn't follow through all the way because people weren't watching it. I don't want to be that person again. I definitely would do Drag Race France All Stars because y'all liked my France reviews. And Big Brother, me and Julie watched that religiously, so it only makes sense that I start covering it and that we start doing stuff off of his channel and my channel in reference to that, so that way we can connect him, get him monetized, as well as make sense and it be a lot of words. But yes, so the month of July started off crap, but I refuse to end it that way. I also like how helpful the queens are. Excuse me. I also like how helpful the kings are. Fucking Drag Race. I love how helpful the kings are on the show with each other. There is a lot of okay, Precious having a little trouble getting the beard on. They tried it at home. It wasn't really doing what it was doing. So they went over to, King to be like, hey, like you always got your beard on fleek. It's perfect. Like, tell me how you're doing it. And so Beard. King literally showed how to apply the beard the way that they do with what they use, right? When I heard Precious say, oh, I've been using eyelash glue for the beard. Duh. That's why it wasn't sticking. That's why it wasn't sticking, because it's eyelash glue. And so you'd have to apply like the craziest amount onto your face. And even then, it's probably not going to hold unless it's like some serious industrial ass shit. And we don't need you putting no Gorilla Glue on your face in the first place, because mind you, I need y'all to hear me out with this. Pressure already has facial hair in general, naturally. The last thing they needed to do was put on some shit that was going to be so hard to pull off their face that they would have ended up with a patchy ass beard, which I'm sure they don't want that to happen. Get their line up right, you know what I'm saying? And do what you got to do. Like, my beard will grow in full, but there are times where when I'm trimming my beard, there will be points where I will mess up. And it's like, oh shit, and I got to let it grow back in the right way. And that can be very annoying to do. So like, I was here for our kings helping each other, but that also extended to Molasses, who was trying to contour their face because they normally have the beard that they put on their face that helps them with the contouring, right? Well, we're not doing a look for the celebrity that has a beard. We're doing somebody who does not have a beard. So you got someone, you got Percocets going, hey, what color are you using? Oh no, here, use this instead. Mind you, they're the same, almost the same tone, same melanin, you know what I mean? And it's like, hey, use that for your contour because it's giving blue and you're not trying to look blue, da-ba-dee-da-boo-da. You're not trying to look blue. We try to make it like natural contouring. I was here for it. The people giving away, you need this, you need that. I don't want a best friends race, but it was the fact that when Molasses went to help Pressure, Molasses says, I want to beat you at your best. It was, I'm not trying to go up against somebody who has a leg down in the competition. If I can help you with what it is, I want to beat you at your best. You're having issues with that? Put that on. I want to see you in full regale. Now we're going to go. And I'm going to still beat you. But if you beat, but like, so I said, okay. I enjoyed all that. I was here for the Murray walkthroughs. You know, Murray was at the little sidebar over here. I love how that's where they go to do this. It's not like a workroom with the little work table. It's an actual like bar. And they just roll up like talking about what's the tea, what they're going to do for their, you know, celebrity impersonations and then in the meaty challenge that day. I do like Murray. Murray's good. I wonder if it'll be more cutthroat. Wonder if it'll be more cutthroat with later seasons. It's possible because not to be that person. It cannot be sunshine, rainbows, lollipops, putting all that for the rest of it. Like, we're gonna have to get it to a point where yes, we need to give a little bit more dramaire. We just want it to be authentic. For the first season, though, this is perfectly fine. I don't need the bitchies. I don't need it. First season, especially for us getting used to this, we good. This is good. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But, you know, also it's possible that, you know, just depends on what will happen later on going down the line, right? I cannot get in my seat correctly. I'm so sorry. Tenderoni looks amazing. Sasha Velour looks amazing. Everybody else looks amazing. I'm here for the judges today. I'm still shocked that Bridget Everett is there. I love her so much. I've been such a big fan of hers from like the longest. I remember when she used to come on and watch What Happens Live, and I was like, why is Bridget there that day? And to be fair, somebody somewhere wasn't out yet, and she'd had all these other different projects, so it would be like, why is she there? And she's just a good time though, so that's why I don't know. I've always liked Bridget as a person. And now that I've seen them with their show, that's so, I cannot recommend that show enough. It's so good. It's so deep. So many emotional moments from that show. It's funny too, but it's like really heartwarming as well. It's a very feel-good show. Very feel-good. Like her relationship with her sister on the show is one of my favorites, with their mom and the dad. Oh my God. And then Murray's character, it plays a big part because Murray is a part of a church. Okay, let me stop talking because I'm gonna give too much away. Okay, let me stop talking because it's like oh my God, everybody's so intertwined with that show. I love that show so much. Wait, is there a new season? I need to check if there's a new season. I haven't been on HBO Max in a little while since, you know, The Last of Us pissed me off, but yes. Judges panel was right this week. Okay. I know just from looking at things, this is either a tiefling from Baldur's Gate or the devil. Okay? That's Steve Urkel. That's only Steve Urkel. That can't be anybody else but Steve Urkel. I'm afraid to tell you. All right? All right, now I get to talk about everybody else because when I tell you they all look like different people, bow, boom. I know this is supposed to be Steve Irwin. You look like the Tiger King. Dick Von Dyke. You look like the Tiger King, but like with better skin and also not, keen to talking to 18-year-olds. So yeah, like, And then also Sasha, how did you miss this? Not again. They were wrestling an alligator. Steve Irwin died from a stingray. Oh, not again. I was like, Sasha. I was like, you missed that one a little bit. I was like, Steve Irwin, I was like, that's not the crocodile. That's not him. I said, that is the tiger hunt. That is the tiger man. That's that man. You in jail right now asking for Donald Trump to let you out, aren't you? What's the tea? Anybody else but Steve. Yeah. Anybody else but. Now, Pressure, I know you're supposed to be Rick Ross. You're a masculine Saucy Santana. On a Saturday night. That's not Ricky. Let's let Tia Kemp be the one to no, I'm just playing. we needed Tia. We needed Tia in this room to be like, they ain't my bitch ass ex baby daddy fucking Rick Raw bitch motherfucker. You know how Tia. We needed Tia Kemp in there. Bad. But bitch, that's giving me Carisha. it's giving me very that, Saucy is funny to me. I don't care. I love Saucy. What? I'm still shocked that they did this character. We'll get to that in a second here. Because to me, I was like, I don't even know who that is. Okay, y'all say Nosferatu. I say possibly a new character in a McDonald's ad for the revamping of the Happy Meal in the Playhouse, right? Like that's Nosferatu in an Addams Family filter on Netflix. But I did like Nosferatu. No lie. Charles actually was good. I was shocked that he get a little bit more, but like, bitch. Also, they I got it even more so. Not Nosferatu, but if Nosferatu lived in the Addams Family universe with a crossover episode from that regular show, and this is Pops as a vampire. Jolly good show. Like got some lollipops in his hand and all that kind of bullshit, right? That's supposed to be Justin Bieber. That's supposed to be Justin Bieber. Oh my God. I mean, you do look more masculine than Justin, so you already hit the mark right there, right? But you are Zac Efron BC. I should say BA. BTA, before the accident. That's Zac Efron without a tan. Okay? That is Zac down. That is High School Musical Zac. The end. I don't want to hear any other answers. No other way. No other way. It's almost like looking at Mariah Carey without makeup and Precious. Like, what is that? This is supposed to, okay, Big D is supposed to be Sylvester Stallone. Supposed to. They never make it. They never make it to Sylvester Stallone. I am not on the judge's side. With that judging, I'm gonna be honest with you, I was not entertained, not one bit. I was like, girl, what? Like, what? That's not even Sylvester Stallone. Anywho, I was judging this a little harshly. Hello, where on what earth are you, Jack Black? Outside of the outfit from School of Rock, who are you? Because it's not Jack Black. You look like the dude from Kick-Ass if he just gave up on himself and didn't work out. Yeah. Weren't you in the Batman movie too with the glasses and you got arrested and shit, but you blew up that motherfucking place? Weren't you? No. I was like, that's not Jackie. That ain't Jack Black. That's not, Shaka Bra. It's no Minecraft here. Nope. No. I thought she looked like every other person. Aaron, is his name Aaron Tyler something is who she looks like. Hold on. Let me pull up his name. It's gonna sit on my chest now. Movie is Kick-Ass. Aaron Taylor Johnson. That's who she looked like to me. Yep. Focus. Boom. Aaron Taylor Johnson down. Like, oh please, but you're not Jack Black. You're Aaron, but you're not Jack. Aaron, but you're not Jackie. Oh. Either way, this was fun. It was a good time. Let's talk about them individually. The Devil was bad. The Devil made salsa. To be honest with you, hold on. I know. Just for the fact that you had the onion up there and everything else to go with it too, and I saw the lime and shit. Were you making guacamole or were you making some salsa dip? Buck wild. Either way, I swear to God, I'm still mad at myself for not remembering the recipe that one of my old managers at this job I used to have at a bank, she taught me how to make homemade salsa, pico de gallo, I should say, without having it, salsa and pico de gallo, because that's two different things. She taught me how to do that fresh without, like, you don't need to put none of this. You need to just get anything but vegetables, get your little salts and this and the lime and boom. And she taught me, I forgot. I don't know how to do it now. I'll probably look it up, but there's a specific kind of salsa that I like that's really soupy. I like the wet salsa. I don't like chunky salsa. If I want chunky salsa, I'll have pico de gallo, because that's all like chopped up, like tomatoes, onions, and all that kind of shit right there. The jalapenos, all of that. Fine. But when it's salsa, I want that mother to drip. I want her to drip, because more than likely I'm scooping that bitch, and I like the little acidity that hits my, sorry, I'm telling you my salsa taste. I'm hungry as fuck right now too. I've only had a sandwich today. Either way, I was here for the food presentation. I just wasn't here because it was like, this is supposed to be funny, and it was not. And then you put the Diablo sauce on. It was too hot. The Q&A afterwards was pooped, and there was already an issue, unfortunately, with Buck Wild from the start of the show. Like when they asked them a question, it was like, Buck Wild, or said the Devil, so tell us something about yourself. And then it was like the longest answer to get somewhere. I'm like, baby, it was just driving me wild. Ooh, funny story. I didn't take, because Darnell was driving. But we sometimes go get something to eat at the end of every excursion that we do. And so I introduced Darnell to Cabo Bob's. And if you've never had Cabo Bob's before, they make Chipotle look silly, and they make Freebirds jailed. Okay, they definitely take their rights away from them. Bitch, that is one of my. I don't go there often because there's a couple locations in Houston. There's a couple you can go to. But when I go, I am never, ever disappointed. Ever. I will say, Darnell, look, I will say, friend, I'm going to tell you this. I'm not going to do the burrito again. I'm not going to do the burrito again. I need to get the tacos or the quesadilla. That's what I need to do. The tacos or the quesadilla. That's it. Because the burrito was fine, but it started to become... Towards the end, I was having trouble eating it. And I was like, okay, I can't do this no more. Them chips and queso, though? I ate that for 2 days, and it was wonderful. Oh, I loved it so much. So good. You send it to me right now, Jazzy. You send it to me right now, pretty. Thank you, baby. Yes, send it to me now, please. Because I like food. And I'm trying to be better with cooking and not like just buying stuff that's already made. Like, very that. But the devil wasn't that great, and I was sad. Now, Justin Bieber was I didn't care for Zac Efron Bieber at all. I'll be real with you. Woo, his face. Because Alexander is normally used to doing a different face, so even they said themselves that it was like, okay, this is going to be tough because I don't normally do impersonations with how I look. I mean, at least they got the white part right? Justin don't even get that right sometimes. The tap dancing was good though. Like, it wasn't funny, but the tap dancing was good. So credit needs to be given. They are a performer and they're very talented. Not funny. The outfit was right though. I was like, okay, I see who you are. This is definitely giving that version of Justin, back in the day when he had the movie out and people really liked him and then they found out who he was later. He's currently on his crash out. I'm not celebrating that at all. Like, not even close, but I'm just not realizing, like, oh shit, he is currently on a crash out right now. Like, every time I see him, there's something wrong. Ugh. This isn't Sylvester Stallone. Big D is funny. This isn't Sylvester Stallone. Like, at all. Okay, so let me tell you why. Without putting cotton in my mouth. I really wanted the voice to, give a little bit of Rocky tease, a little bit of that. Like we don't have to understand them, okay? But like, that's no. That's not even Rocky. Because like, even normal, when you talk, like I was hoping, that's why I was a little mad that she had this stuffing in her mouth, because I was like, you could have just dropped your lip to the left and then gave him like, oh, Republican, like that kind of bit. It still was funny, but the whole let me fold the sheet thing, I was like, Sylvester Stallone has a ginormous fucking chin. Like, a ginormous chin. Ginormous chin. There is no way. There is no way. Like, this isn't working. This isn't working for me. So for me, it was like, I don't know. It went from a different, like, it was trying to be something and it was like, eh. And then I was like, okay, well, this is kind of funny, but I don't know. I was a little stuck in between when it came to this performance specifically. It was like, okay. Why y'all say Don King? It's not Don King. It's not Don King. Oh my God. It's not Don King. I mean, oh, but it's not Don King. Oh my goodness gracious. That's funny. But no, I get it. Talk about it's Balrog out of retirement. Oh, goodness gracious. I cannot. Okay. Very much that. Thank you, DW. Appreciate you, friend. I saw what you did there. Good job. Because I wasn't gonna give that anything. Not for an account that was made today. And I did screen cap it so we can laugh at it later. When I see you later. No, yeah, this wasn't for me. I wasn't as hyped seeing this. Yeah, it was all right. I was like, okay. To me, it was very, it was Big D doing, trying to take a character and go far with it. It was still entertaining for the most part. It wasn't my favorite, but yeah. Yeah. It's okay, Liam. Love your friend. No worries. No worries. This is not Steve Irwin. It's not Steve Irwin. I'm sorry. Even the sideburns. I'm like, girl, that is motherfucking Tiger King. That is Tiger King. It's the row. It's the row. I'm sorry. Look at Saucy looking at him. I can't. Oh, goodness gracious. You know what? That bugle horn, though. Props. Seriously. As someone who plays the clarinet, and I could not do any of the brass instruments because, baby, that air. Ooh. I got to give it for the bugle horn. I thought that was cool. Excuse me, French horn, right? French horn and the bugle, because that was the one that was at the bottom, that was on the floor. Maybe just a trumpet. The fact that there are two instruments that are up there, I'm just now clocking this. Yeah. It was a random Australian man. It was. Or possibly someone doing Steve Irwin in Vegas on the Strip, or even in LA off the Hollywood Boulevard. That. But no, it was to me, they were funny though. Their jokes were landing. The talent itself with playing the instruments, incredible and crazy. The all of this though, I was just like, oh, okay. Sasha's face when they threw the alligator. It's like, girl. Woo, that's Sacha Baron Cohen. That's not even Tiger King. That's Sacha Baron Cohen. Oh my God, this look is crazy. Yeah, it was a good overall performance. I kept looking at them like, nah, you're not that person, but you at least were funny. Now, Henlo, I swear, man, like Henlo. I mean, even that wig is too nice for Jack Black. No shade, Jack Black. Crash. I also think it's a little shady that they put them together. Like, why would they do that? Why would they put them together? If they're both playing brass instruments, why did you put them back to back? That's kind of fucked up. Like, why? I kind of hated that they did that. Like, that wasn't needed. To me, it was almost like a setup. Like, all right, let's see how this one goes. Okay, let's see. I don't know. But listen, they made a peanut butter jelly sandwich. They put it in the trumpet. It was supposed to be projected. Y'all saying Kylo Ren? Wait. Okay. I do see Aaron Taylor Johnson and the guy who played Kylo Ren in that. Oh, that was my least favorite trilogy. Well, yeah. Yeah, my least favorite trilogy from the Star Wars series. Yeah, because I did like Attack of the Clones, and that movie was not great, but it was still better than. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. I hated the first one, loved the second one, but it was still like badly written. Third one was interesting. It was just too dark. Adam Driver, there we go. I like him as an actor. I don't like him in that movie with Scarlett Johansson. I don't like Scarlett Johansson as an actress. See how I did that? I like him as an actor. Didn't like him in that thing with Scarlett Johansson. Don't like Scarlett Johansson as an actress. I am still going to try to see the Jurassic Park movie because I heard it was good, but not great. And that's okay with me. Because I like dinosaur movies. So I do want to see it. I just don't want to deal with the last. You remember the last trilogy. That was so stupid. The daughter is the clone of the clone of the daughter of the. Hey, Velociraptor. Hey. Me, girl. Look at me. When the first trilogy, it was very much like, no, I don't care if he raised them. That sounds so stupid. I just thought that was, that just made not a lick of sense to me. Oh, she remembers me. Blue. Hey, girl. There was also some dinosaur that was bigger than the Velociraptor that was way more threatening than them. Then I found this out later. And I always wondered why they just didn't choose that as a dinosaur. Maybe because it was just easier to do. I don't know. But apparently, even in the movie, the Velociraptor is like much bigger than what it is supposed to be compared to another dinosaur that is literally the predator, apex predator, that sort of like dynamic or whatever. And, I gotta look that back up. But I went down a deep dive one day. You know how it is. You get on them YouTube videos. It's like, I wonder what this is. King Molasses doing Ira Glass was unexpectedly amazing. It was fucking good. I was shocked because I am aware of who Ira Glass is. They've also made fun of him on American Dad. They've made fun of him bad. It was, I think, on the Cleveland show too. Either both of them or one of them, they've made fun of him, and it's been kind of funny. It's the way they did it. Does that make sense? It's the way that King did this one. It was so like we could see who they are as King Molasses, but also their interpretation of Ira Glass while still paying like homage and not disrespecting. You know what I mean? Not disrespecting at all. That at all, like none of the sorts at all. And I was really here for it. I was like, okay, this is really good. Like, I was a big fan. I was like, okay, this is kind of a vibe. All that kind of stuff. But yeah, he's just one. I'm trying to think of a good way to put this. Okay, remember when Something Wong got David Attenborough? And it was a little hard to like do that. Do you know what I mean? Ira Glass is in the same placement I would put as David Attenborough, which they're not funny. You can make them funny. You can honestly do a caricature of them. You can totally do all that. There's a way to do it, but you have to know the person who you're portraying, and you have to do it respectfully while also still mentioning references that people who would know who this person, it's like, oh, that's David. Oh yeah, they did that. The Ira does that. Blah, blah, blah. Like it has to be relatable for the audience. So King Molasses did that. They did their own interpretation of Ira Glass. It was very Ira, but it was also very King Molasses. And then they incorporated themselves into this because their talent necessary was them doing push-ups. But also King Molasses is very fit. And so that's a part of their, you see how that worked out? It was like, oh, it was very interesting. Very interesting. Ira Glass has the voice of a crossword puzzle. I cannot. That's ridiculous. I would allow so many things. Oh my goodness. That is more born individual, baby. Let me tell you something. Anywho, I was like, Jesus. Charles Galen King doing Nosferatu, I thought was fun. I actually chuckled at this, to be fair. The edit gave that people laugh, but not all the way. And I thought this would have been no shade to Big D. I thought that Charles was going to take that spot, to be honest with you, because I actually enjoyed this character, the whole poetry. What does the fox say? And the full bit of that I thought was really funny. I did. I thought it was really funny. Percocet! Okay, let's be fair, because Perca was actually on the money. Like, everything was fine. Everything was fine. We were close. We were close. Like, everything. Like, we got Steve Urkel. We have the whole machine used to make him into Stefan. We had every reference ready. It was ready. It also, Perca looks so, like, that is Urkel. Like, that's Urkel down. Like, I'm like, oh, you have got that all together. Gag. Now, when you go into the machine and you come out as Sonic, what I initially thought you were going to make fun of was the fact that Sonic's first design was dragged so badly that the studio had to go and do a redesign, which was way more like in line with the actual character design of Sonic the Hedgehog. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I thought what was happening. And that you were just being the really fucked up looking version one. And that was it. Because I forgot that Jaleel White did the voice for Sonic in the cartoon, the Chili Dogs, the full bit of that. I completely forgot. So whenever they were explaining it in the confessionals, I was like, oh my God. I was like, no. I can't believe I forgot that. But I still, the gotta run fast, that got me. The chili dog reference caught me. I was like, okay, y'all are not, they're not receiving it once they change into the outfit. And I felt Parka's energy go into like, okay, we gotta wrap this up. We just gotta wrap this. We gotta wrap this because they're not receiving it. And then it was the running and then everything like basically blowing up or full bit of it, even the change of clothes you could see from it. They went up to, and they were like, do I need to do your job? You know what I'm saying? To hit the gong and all that. It was like, oh my God. And then to me, because Perka is so fucking funny. Their Q&As, they never miss. They always land. But when they got up there and they were with King Molasses, and they're like, I didn't feel that good about that. And I think I'm really in trouble. And you could see King Molasses giving Perka a hug, trying to like lift them up. And you could see them start to bite the nails and pick at the gloves. And I was like, oh my God, I know who this person is. I know this is my little brother down. My one of my little brothers is very much like this, especially when it comes to things that he loves and he lives for. And I don't think he's ever, well, I'm not gonna say never been. I would say, based on how, based on the family they're treating him, that's different. But like, he gets hyper fixated in things and he falls in love with it and he needs to tell you about it and he needs to get into the details and the nit grit and do the full bit of it. And I receive it. It can be a lot of information to take in, but I know for him, it's a big deal. And it's also something he fucking loves. You know what I'm saying? Like, he loves it, right? Loves that kind of shit. So for me, I want to make sure that I'm like paying attention, that I am the person who is giving him the time that he needs and he can see all that. And it's nothing but that love, right? But like, I don't know. I felt like because Parker didn't get that response back, it really kind of shut down those feelings of like, I did this and we're doing a good job. They definitely did overthink it just a tad bit. But, and not everyone got the reference, but I still think personally, even with you explaining it, I was like, I like this. I liked it. I was like, but it is what it is. So I was like, my poor Perky Perks. My poor Perky Perks. Now, Saucy Santana got up here. Pressure K got up here. Okay. And it wasn't Rick Ross at all. I was like, okay, this is some rando. But baby, when they took out that ribbon and started doing the ribbon dance, step into the ribbon when you dance. I did laugh. I did chuckle. I was like, this is so, like, I need someone to send this video clip to Tia Kemp right now so that way she can send this to Rick Ross every morning. I need this to be something that Tia uses just to piss that man off every day. Do you hear me? I can see her in those large feet. White. They're white now, but they're large. Talk about, oh, what my old fucker ass baby dad over here doing. Oh, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Yes, I can. It was funny, but it was one of them like, that's not Rick, but Saucy Santana having a good time up here in his masculine clothes, girl. I'm glad he put that waist trainer down. Now, King Molasses wins again. I'm not mad at all. I was like, oh, King Molasses, come on. Front runner for real. 2 W's from the first 2 episodes. Pow. You won the boy group challenge. Boy band challenge, I should say. Not girl group. Aha. Boy band, girl group. Oh, Matthew, look, the words, the letters. Boy band challenge. And you won the talent show. Celebrity impersonation improv challenge. I was like, oh yes. Listen, not saying that this is a clear run for King Molasses, even though I'm rooting for them. I'm hoping this really does light the fire underneath everybody else too. Not saying that they're far behind, but also to be like, not, oh, well, they're going to win it, so let's just chill. Nah, but be like, we're going to have to work even harder. Like, let's go. Because I'm kind of here for that. But I want to see other people too get some shine as well. I'm not saying I'm mad. I'm very happy for King Molasses. It will be fun to see other people win too. It's only been 2 episodes. I like them all, so I kind of want them all to get some sort of W. I want them all to get a little W. Somebody got to get, can we get group wins? So there could be some group wins now, something like that, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there were other people who did good too. I would have put Charles in Big D's position, to be honest with you, as far as top 3 is concerned. But like, yeah, it was a good run. I was here for it. Mm-hmm. Now, bottom 3 is Percocets, Buck Wild, and Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great was in the top last week, and they're now in the bottom this week. So the trajectory is a little like, ooh, like let's pop it back up again. But their only criticism was more so there wasn't comedy that was happening. Yeah, there wasn't comedy. It was just talent, which is great. But it was specifically said that it needs to be like a comedy show that they're just infusing with other things that are happening here. You were supposed to make them laugh and supposed to be about improv, and it felt a little less than that. Buck Wild, we already know, has trouble with their words, and the performance itself was them making salsa. It went bad. Bloop, blow. Q&A wasn't good. Percocets did good in the beginning. The change sort of threw everybody off because they didn't know where the reference was, and it was very cerebral. And then it just kind of fell through from there, but their Q&A was fine. I think because Perca was in the bottom 3 last week, it made sense for them to be in the bottom 2 this week. And for Buck Wild, it just honestly was like a flump, flump, flump kind of a day. Whereas Alexander the Great, talent was there. The look, weird to stare at, but the jokes weren't. And they were in the top last week. So it's like, we're going to move you on those lines. Now, the bottom 2 for the final thrust, which I do love that, the final thrust, they have to do a stand-up routine a 60-second standard routine that they just had to create while they were on break, which I assume is when they were doing the judging in the first place. So the bottom three had to make a standard routine and then go from there, right? Okay. Both of them said, I got this. Parker was really feeling it. Like, I feel bad for Buck. Wow, I'm about to send them home because, bitch, I know I'm funny. Buck is a good storyteller, but I can tell they were nervous telling the stories they were telling. And it was very, this one time at the bar, this one time at the club, this one time while I was working. And it kept staying in those levels and not really going anywhere. So to me, it was hard to watch Buck Wild. It was a little wild. It was kind of like, okay. All right, so where's Parka? Like, I chuckled. There was a couple of, little, but it wasn't, and they didn't even get to finish their set. They didn't get to finish within the 60 seconds. So I was like, ooh, Buck is an overthinker or a person who got a lot to say, doesn't know how to edit it down just a little bit. And you know what's crazy? Wild card, now that you're bringing up, they overprepared. Just like Sasha said, Coco Chanel, take one thing out. Just like with the routine they did as the devil, they probably could have removed one thing out of that whole little bit, and it could have changed the way that went down as far as how it looked like for time and it being so messy. The same thing for these jokes. You didn't even need to tell the three that you did, because one of them was long, one of them was short, and the other one we didn't get to finish, right? It's almost as if you could have just done like one pow, another pow. You know what I mean? It's a lot to go in there. So I felt bad for Buck, but I also was like, okay, this is the name of the game. Let's see what Perka got. Perka, you had them hollering. You even had a groaner in there in terms of like gender. I forget the joke that specifically it was something to do with trans people, but it was a bit like, ooh, like even Sasha, ooh, was like, ooh. It was a groaner. I love seeing comedians that give me the ha-has, but also the like that one joke that's like, now wait a minute. That was on the edge. That one was a little close to the hell, if you will. And then I think my favorite part was, and if you didn't like any of the jokes or were offended by anything I said, my name is Dave Chappelle. I was so happy that my Parker sex did that. I was not ready to see Parker go home today. I was already having a really bad day. As you can see, we've had to block some people already in the chat. You're obsessed with me. But like, I wasn't ready to see Parker go home. That's one of my favorite people on the show. If they went home today, I'd probably be even worse off for what it is, because I was like, don't send my baby home. But I also felt bad for Buck Wild because, yeah, Parka last week between the bottom two, it was damn near 3-2. It was almost a tie. It was a tie at one point, and they had to do a tie break. Parker chewed 4-1. No shade. The one for Buck Wild was a pity vote. No shade. That was a pity vote. Down. It was giving. I just want to see what their rest of their drag's gonna give, not the performance for what the for that final thrust. The final thrust won all the perks. Perks chewed. And looking at them, they look really adorable in this little outfit, honestly. I just realized that the Sonic outfit also has bedazzled down too. Cute. Very cute. If you go and watch this fat girl, who is this? If you go and watch Bridget, I want a better dress for you so bad. Anna Bra. But for real though, you could see Buck cry, and there was tears in their eyes when they do the close-up shots of them getting, the knighting and all that. And I could feel they really did want this. And they definitely have a place in this competition and in this world of drag and what they do. Buck Wild, no shade. I thought you were going to go a lot farther. I did, personally. But I still think whatever you're giving is great. It's really good. And this is just a reality TV competition show. It's filmed however many months ago, moons ago, whatever, seas and tides came in and all that kind of good stuff. It's not indicative of the talent and the person that you are now. It's just a small little viewing window that we got to see, where sometimes those windows are a little clearer than others, and then other times we have to see them again in other formats, places, or spaces to really see them do what they do best. But I think they're great, and I was sad to see them go. I would have lost it if Parker had gone, but I was sad for Buck Wild. And yeah, it's a 6-episode show, so we're already 2 episodes in. We got 4 more to go. This is one of those feel-good TV shows, and I think we need to really make sure that we promote it and hold on to it. I'm not trying to get a sponsorship by them. If they want to give it to me, then puss. But like, I just like it when there's good TV that makes me want to get on my microphone and talk about said good television and try to convince you to watch it, or also relate back and forth. Like, oh, you like that moment too? Me too. Or you tell me something I miss. What? Get out of here. That's the joy of television for me. So I think King of Drag has a place in the space, and I think that we need to make sure they keep that parking space. Okay. I think we should. This is a great show. It's on Revry. This is free in the United States. For those of you who are like, I don't have access to the app or the website, you can definitely tune in there. It is a global app. That's what they say. I do know in certain countries, cities, spaces, and places, I have said that 3 times now, 4 or 5, 6, 7, maybe. There is a fee for the membership to watch the shows versus it being free like it is in the States. I'm not sure what the difference in that is and whatnot. Either way, I have my account on there, and I watch for free right now, but I did make an account, so that way I didn't have my search history saved and all that good stuff. But yeah. It's also, it's nice crash to watch a drag race show where there's not 17 channels dedicated to the same iMusic that are telling you what's about to happen, etc. Or the girls on Reddit who are like, oh, you're gonna hate the show because here's how I know, and all that kind of good stuff. Like, we're just enjoying the show as it's happening. We are supporting the drag. We are supporting it not because it's drag queens, but because it is drag in general, whether it's king, queen, or anything in between. We support over here. So, King of Drag, everybody. Now, we did have some trolls come through this live today. I want to give a shout out to my moderators for being on top, in particular Darnell. I even also had blocked some people myself, if you will. I'm not responding to them. I'm not taking the rage bait. They can call me every name in the book. They already have. They have literally, basically dehumanized me, if anything. Okay. So it is what it is. So I'm just not going to respond to that right now. There's just no purpose in me arguing with somebody on the internet who wants to tear me down when I'm feeling low. All right. So there's no reason for me to even get into that, because that person is actively wishing harm on me, and we don't give that anything. Okay. So there you go. Well, their screen name was a play off of, it was knee, and then it was something else. So let's not even, whoever it is that's doing that is more than likely a racist, and is more than likely other things too. It's not my concern. I don't know who that is. I don't want to know who that is as a person. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that. Okay. For those of you who don't know, or who were like, Matt, we saw the stuff online, there's just been a lot that has been going on this whole fucking week with me. That's just been way too much. A lot of you know I've been looking for work, and I actually got a job, but the job was 3 hours away in a whole nother city, after I just went through an interview talking about working from home, and them saying it's not a problem, totally can have you hired. Well, not really, because I'd have to go drive 3 hours outside of Houston to go to said job, be there for 6 months of those 3-hour drives I'd have to do, to then be able to work from home, which was already discussed, and that was already its own moment itself with that one. And I was really pissed off because I thought I was about to have some great news today and be like, bitch, I got another job. It is what it is. Let's go. We're going to move all these videos to the weekends. And on weekdays when I have time, after that, I was literally about to change my whole schedule up because I needed it, especially after yesterday and me feeling stressed out about the whole situation. But fortunately, it didn't work out. It's a good sign I got hired, though. It's a good sign. I'm taking that for what it is. It's a good sign. It's a great sign that I got one out of all the applications I have not gone through, but I also got like 2 rejection letters today at the same time. So I'm like literally dealing with this. Okay, actually, I don't live over there. And I told you I live in Houston. Oh, I'm so sorry. To that, to then seeing 2 jobs I applied for over the past week be declined. It was a lot to take in today because I was just really I'm putting my best foot forward, and I'm trying to work hard on multiple things, especially my own mental health, this, that, and the other. Y'all know it's been a little tough over here in the YouTube streets, the algorithm and everything. They've changed up so much with this platform now. It is really not the same place that it used to be, and I have to do things completely different than I used to, which I don't like because it's not what I love, and it's turning into something I don't love, and I don't want that to be the thing because I love doing this, but it's starting to feel different, right? To be actively called names, to be attacked consistently each and every day is something that is also heartbreaking for me because I don't live a life of anger, malice, and being gross and angry and mean. But I've got somebody who wants me to like cause harm to myself every day that comes in here, and it's becoming a bit too much, and that stuff was also bothering me. And now I just don't want to like even like respond or highlight or do anything like that with those people. I have nothing for them. That's scary. Okay. I'm a little bit concerned for me now. I think about how this person adamantly creates new accounts just to attack me. Like, that's scary. But on top of that, it just was like I forgot about my whole day because I was so focused on everything that I had on my plate, to the point where I had a little bit of a breakdown today. And it's the truth. I did. And that's why I was like, all right, y'all, I'm going to miss you. Because I was planning so many dark things. And I'm just being honest. I had enough today. And I already cried earlier today, and I've already done all that. But I'd had enough. I really did. I just was over it. I was over it. I work really hard. I'm put so much of me, my life, everything into this. And when it doesn't feel like it's being reciprocated back, it is the ultimate betrayal and the ultimate feeling of failure. You know what I mean? And I let that consume me. And I allowed the negative thoughts to win. But what made me more sad was I forgot to go to the grocery store this weekend, like I always do. And it did apply and affect me because I didn't have wet food today for the kids. I got a whole big ass bag of dry food, so they're fed, but they love the wet food. And when Mamu came up and was patting on my knee, and I had to tell him, nah, I gotta wait because again, I'm trying to get everything together. It just broke my heart. And I just started sobbing uncontrollably because I'd never want to make my baby feel like that ever. And so I just thought the worst of the worst was going to happen to me. And I was prepared for that. And I received it. And I felt that every person who'd ever said anything negative or nasty about me was correct, and that they got their wish, and that me being the grand evil would be gone and everyone can be happy. And I thought that to myself personally, like if I just do whatever I got to do, and we remove all our social media handles and just go away, then everybody can be happy, and I can stop being in pain, and I can stop feeling like crap all the time, and I can start, I don't have to deal with this anymore, and everyone can just be good, because clearly me being here is a problem. And so that was a lot of my day. So if you saw me during the reaction for this show in particular, for King of Drag, I was powering the fuck through it. If you saw me start to cry at the end, that was legit, because when Murray said that last thing, we all need somebody somewhere, It's almost like I forgot so much Adderall. That's the thing. I almost forgot the work, the years, the time, and everything that I've done. And I allowed very small people, very, very non-essential people in my life, as well as situations that are just that, situations that are not forever, situations that are temporary, some things that I'm hard-headed on that I have allowed myself to be in. That is my responsibility. I allowed it all to just crumble on top of me. I did. I just allowed it all on top of me. And the two things I care about the absolute most in this world are my fucking children, Mamu-chan and Minako. And I felt today I let them down the most, and that's what broke me. That is what broke me. That is what broke me. So I'm going to be somebody's enemy that I don't know. I'm going to have somebody that hates me that I've never met before. I'm going to have somebody that wants the worst for me, that has no idea who I am. I'm going to have people who do not like me just because of how I look. Those are none of my concern. None of them. I have put myself in positions, in places where I made decisions that put me not in the best places, or possibly taking those risks when we knew we could have done this a little bit differently. We could have done this a lot better, right? Yeah, I still need to get wet food for them because I haven't got anything yet. After this video, I got to do a whole bunch of stuff, like a whole bunch of shit. I got to do I got to pay a lot of stuff after this video. Get off here and try to prevent any fees from popping up. Yeah, so, but it's more than just like people saying things and it getting to you. It's also me, myself, and I like needing to have a conversation about what I really want to do, what I'm actually asking for in life, and what can I do to get that and make it happen. So I am still in the job hunt. I'm not giving up on that. I am very much feel like I will finally get something my way. And when I get a job, what are you going to say then, right? What it'll be this time? Is it the black thing now? What is it going to be? Oh, if I take that back, what will it be? What will it be now? Like that sort of thing, right? Doesn't matter. But it just was a lot to take on for me. I haven't been late on my rent since I've been living here for the last 3 years. So it being the second now is driving me insane. And like wild card, like Bleecker was telling me on the phone, Matt, you always do that. You hold your breath. You got to breathe, baby. I need to work from home. I don't have a car. I can't leave my place like that. It would cost more money to take Ubers to go to work. If it is a work from home position, that is where I'll work. They keep rejecting me because, one, I haven't worked a 9 to 5 since 2019 when I quit that bank job. And that has been a factor for several companies. The other factor is I don't speak more than one language. And that has been one of the biggest issues I've been having is they're looking for people who are bilingual and trilingual. And so I am not. And that's been a little toughy situation. But I can't take a job that's in an office somewhere and do all that. I need to be able just to work from home in reference to this because I have no way of getting to work and making sure I'm there on time outside of me waking up and getting on my computer and going to work. You paid your 9 to 5 dues, Maddie. It's okay to be discerning in your applications. Thank you, Emrika. Thank you for saying that. Because I also had someone else tell me that too in reference for this because it's like, I have to get something that actually is doable, not something that's going to destroy me as a person. Like, I have to get something that actually is going to fulfill me and make sure the bills are paid too. Like, I've already done the bullshit. I've already done the non jobs before. I've already done all that. We're at a point now in our life, health, and everything else where, yeah, I have to have some discernment about how much money I'm making. No, I don't know how to program and code, and I wish I did. That's another job that I was told that would be really good to get, and I wish I did more. I wish I paid way more attention when it came to programming and coding. But when I was going to school, that wasn't a huge thing. I'm telling you that now. Like graduating 05, that wasn't a huge thing. Like babies with iPads now and shit, I'm jelly because they even have classes that are in like high school to do that, right? I wish. Ugh. And I'm wondering if it's too late to learn that kind of stuff. Because I have a friend who was in that now who was like, "Ooh, I wish you knew how to do this, girl." Because I'd be like, "Yes, I trust me. I will take it quickly." And maybe I need to start looking up like classes on that and tutorials and reference for that. Yeah, Crash. Maybe I really need to start actually focusing, since it's like, well, I can't find something in my old field. Maybe I need to like get a certification on something for something that's going to be available like ASAP, like right now. Either way, I'm not giving up. I did try one, Aniki. I'm not going to tell you who it is out here because I don't want to give anything away. I need to be bilingual for that job. And I did want to work for the company because I worked for them before. Yeah, and they remembered me too, but they were like, we're at now. I'm on a list if they have an opening to where they'll call me again and just run through the process or whatever. But they were looking for bilingual specifically because it's the summertime and because of the issues that Texas had last year with the blackouts and the hurricane. They want to make sure that they have enough people there who are going to be able to answer the phones and, you know, hola, the full bit. So I'll take that as me not paying attention in Spanish. But no, it's just we're having some hurdles. We've got some hurdles. I did get that one job, though. It just wasn't close. So to me, that's me going, I'm right there. I'm this close. I'm right there. That's a good sign. I was like, okay. But this morning, it just pissed me off. Like, truthfully, I couldn't even see the positive part of that. I was so mad. Because it was like, hey, we just want to let you know you got it. Then they start giving me the address and shit. And I'm like, oh, girl, like, girl. Why do you want me to hurt myself? Why do you log in to new accounts when you're blocked just to come after me, just to attack me? YouTube is a job, so I've been employed. Some jobs don't consider YouTube to be full-time work, so that's why they don't put it together, okay? I have 2 cats because I wanted to have 2 cats, and so I got 2 cats. Hope that helps. We'll add a role that name was for me. That's not about them. The screen name is not about them. It's about me. Every screen name they've made, the Negro one, me. Yeah. So I hope that helps y'all understand that that person wants me to hurt myself and is going out of their way to do so and is trying their best every single time I go live. So there you go. That is the community I have unfortunately made out of some people. But thank you, Crash. I appreciate you not being able to read. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah. But yes, so, you know, we're still trying. We're still doing the best that we can. And I won't give up, no matter how much somebody wants me to. It's okay. I think YouTube encourages that kind of behavior versus the other way around. Because whenever I've had to like report certain people, they don't do anything. Especially to their Black content creators. They don't care about us. Crash, I just wanted to see a blue box pop. Shut up. Stupid. Thank you, baby. Evie, thank you so much for the love. Gorgeous. Probably the weirdest tip I've left, but it's near midnight in the UK and I've got early work tomorrow's. I felt the Z, so I can't watch tonight, but I'm leaving what I can. Thank you, Evie. Love you down, baby. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Zol. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. But yeah. So yeah, this is a good time to leave now before another account is made that on behalf of, I guess, to attack me or whatever. I do and I don't, if I'm going to be honest with you, because that person sees that for me and they want to make me do horrible stuff to myself, as well as make me feel as low as I possibly can. And so I've done something to them to make them feel that way, to give them the space and opportunity to hurt me. So that's what they will continue to do for the rest of their life, find ways to hurt me. And that's, I can't stop. So yeah. Like they've literally made this their mission for the last several years. They're still watching this video and everything I say and then putting it into someone else. So that's the part. So I appreciate the view though. I've been following you for years and you're one of the strongest people on here and one of the best people I've ever met. I know, and we've met each other several times, which all my huggies love. I have such respect for you and I'm very proud of you. Love you. I love you too. And I love all of you, even the hater. I really don't have hate in my heart for people. Except for, and the list goes down. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was just a lot today. Today was a lot for me to take in, and I'm appreciative of the friends that talked me off the ledge. I needed it. I really did. And as a reminder of power and of, what I'm trying to do here. And, seeing people at that show pop up like, are you Matty? Let me take a picture real quick. Is that cool? Oh, I love your channel. Da, 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 da. Running into somebody random at one point in time that just was passing me by. Didn't even ask. Was just like, hey, just want to let you know I watch your channel. Love your show. Love your Drag Race reviews. Thank you. Those are louder. Those are really loud. Those are the loudest things on the planet, to be very honest. And I need to hold those a little bit closer to the heart. But it's the truth, yeah. So yeah, but let's go ahead and wrap this up. I have a lot of praying and thinking to do for my evening, and I think Darnell is going to pop over here and all that jazz. And so I want to spend the rest of my night on some meditation. I will be going live tomorrow just because I made a promise to myself that I would. And it's going to be a vertical live. So I will definitely have to do some things to make sure that chat isn't going to be as crazy as it tends to be. But it'll be hot topic heavy. Very, very hot topic heavy. 24. Okay, work D. It's going to be hot topic heavy because we are going to talk about the Diddy trial. Now that it's yeah, for sure, Liam. We're gonna talk. I'm sorry. No, we're gonna talk about that. There was some cast notes released recently about some casts that are coming, like new shows are happening. And then also I want to talk about the trailer for Project Runway, a couple of the new shows coming out in July. I wanted us to get in with that one real quick, do a quick run through of those. And then some other hot topic stuff as well. So I wanted to do, and then I wanted to have a light EP review of Cat's Eyes little EP that came out. Oh, I'll go MIA. I'll go MIA. I'll go MIA. Listen. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because they are my current favorite girl group right now, period. I love them so much. But yes, that was one of my favorite things to listen to this weekend. I'm gonna tell you that. You're just a game boy. Okay, sorry. Such a cute song. The EP is so cute. They're so good. I love them. Game Boy is such a great video too. Manon finally getting her dues. I was like, love her. Jermaine, I have heard about I have heard about the K-pop Demon Hunter movie. Is it a movie or a series? But I've seen the animation style. It reminds me of Spider-Man Into the Spideyverse. I was like, oh, I need to watch it though. Where can I watch it? Is it on Netflix? If it's on Netflix, I'll watch it. I'll watch it tonight and talk about it tomorrow. That's what I'll do. The movie, is it on Netflix? Is it on Prime? Something to where I don't have to go to the movies and spend money. Something to where I don't, work it tonight. Thank you. Tonight. I'll watch it tonight and we'll talk about it tomorrow. Bam. Okay. Perfect. So I'll watch it tonight. We'll talk about it tomorrow with Diddy and everything else that I had planned to go, and then we'll just have a fun like afternoon live tease and do reviews and recaps and like full read all that kind of good stuff. But thank you to everybody who tipped today. Based on everything that I can see right now, I'm going to be able to take care of the stuff I need to take care of, which I'm very happy about and I'm very thankful for. I like some K-pop, not all K-pop, but I like some K-pop. We still got some things to do, but that's also on my own end. And also for myself, I want to make sure that me with this job hunt right now, we stick the course and stick the plan. Because again, the job that I did get was too far away to have, but that is still a good sign. And that is the thing I am trying to hold on to the most. But if I saw you out and about this past weekend, thank you for the love. Thank you so much for being so kind to me. Didn't even have to be, as you can see. Thank you. It was so nice meeting a lot of you. I got to see some of my people again, like Purple Eater. I got to take pictures with and get to spend some time with them because the last time I saw them was at DragCon last year. And so me getting to hang out with them a little bit over here in Houston, doing drag brunch, seeing them at the concert, that was fun. Also seeing one of my other babies. I saved the picture but you took a great picture of us. Is it the Snapchat filter? Is Snapchat camera that good? Because I was like, bitch, I look good in this. I don't know what is this about. But she was a sweetheart. And she clocked me before I left the show, as well as some of the other people who I was running into while I was out and about. It was just really nice to meet a lot of different people who appreciate my work and who can see that I'm doing my best, that totally get the struggle as an artist and all that kind of good stuff, regardless of what sort of platform and the way it's done and, you know, all that good jazz. So I was really thankful for the love. And I wish I held on to those words a little bit deeper. I did just get a whole lot thrown at me literally this morning, like all within an hour, just email after it was like, girl, did the intern clock in today? It was like, oh, I forgot to send all this. Like, it was just too much. And I became overwhelmed and I wasn't able to pull it together. But I will be seeing my therapist on Friday. And I know she's gonna get my ass together because clearly I called her like 20 times. We talked for a little bit, but she was like, I want us to do this on Friday so we can have the full 2 hours of like the longest conversation ever. She's gonna drag me, but I need it. I need to hear some things. Anyway, we're all human. Well, I'm not human apparently, because you know I should be perfect, right? Apparently, by some people's standards, but I'm not. Either way, love you all. God bless you. I will see you tomorrow, and then tomorrow is Thursday, right? Because it's Wednesday. That means South Park. Oh. Ooh, we're going to talk about that tomorrow too, because they just changed the premiere date for South Park, and I'm going in. I'm going in because Paramount, I'm an affiliate partner. What is going on? What is happening right now? What's going on? What is going? You're changed. Why was the date changed to 2 weeks later? This is madness. We'll get into it, but yes, there is some. I'm so glad. Let me remind myself to put that on the roster for tomorrow. But yes, we'll have some things to talk about tomorrow. Again, if you want to drop a little love in the jar, it's PayPal, there's Cash App, there's Venmo at the bottom. You do not have to. If you want to, please and thank you. And I will see you tomorrow for the next one. Check out my Patreon. I did a reaction to King of Drag. It is up now for your consumption. We have so much about to be added to the Patreon. Shit. Drag Race Brazil. All Stars France. All Stars 10, King of Drag, Project Runway are just the ones to be announced right now. And I'm sure I'll be adding more to that list because Big Brother's a part of that too. And I got to figure out how the hell I'm going to do that. That's a lot of videos to cover, but yes. So if you're about to be on my Patreon, you're about to be blessed, highly favored. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you for tuning in. Until next time, goodbye. And please, on my behalf, hug your loved ones and let them know you care, because sometimes we really, really do need to hear it. Thanks, everybody.
Listen. Yeah.